How tall are you?
I think I'm about the same.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex.
Why do I always start test audio recording at the weirdest times?
I have no idea, but Alex, I never thought I'd say this, but you and I are the tallest of the group.
That is depressing.
How
I
tall
know.
are you?
I'm 5'10".
Okay, thank you very much.
So that's Brandon.
Anytime.
So,
I'll be here all week.
So how does this chapter work, you may be asking? So, you got this castle. Once he sees it, you got this castle. Once he sees it, you got this castle. And then, I'm not going to explain the final part of the chapter.
Sounds about right. Typical.
So,
Typical Alex.
So, these guys have Fenrir. They have silence.
Oh,
Fenrir, sleep.
I remember this
Sleep.
chapter.
I was gonna make a
Fenrir.
Harry Potter joke, but
Wait,
I
that's silence and
decided
not
not to.
sleep? Are they all silence? Oh, never mind, there's no sleep. They're all silence. Anyways, let's take a look at our final levels. Well, I guess he's done our final levels. Let's take a look at our final arena. As you can see, very good all across the board. Then there's... Nope, wrong archer guy. This depressing piece of dirt. He couldn't beat the arena. And he has a flippin' holy weapon. I even gave him the killer bow from Lester. And he still couldn't beat the arena. No matter what I tried. He is such a failure. Also, almost level 30, which is pretty cool. And her stats are better than Shannon's. I still hate that. So you may be wondering, how am I going to start this chapter? Mass murder.
Everyone's favorite
I'm
thing
gonna
to
start
do.
every chapter.
Nah, some chapters actually don't have a lot happening first turn.
That's fair.
Time to gay bulg this guy.
Why did you say guy like that? You're like, this guy?
I
Question mark.
hesitated.
It's like it was almost like you were forming a question rather than
I didn't know
a
what I was going to
statement.
call him. I just didn't know what I was going to call the wizard fool.
Ooh. Could have called him
But-
Wizard Fool.
Yeah. At least then it wouldn't have been a question. I mean,
Your existence is a question.
Brandon, you've triggered him using the word existence again.
we didn't make it 2 minutes into this recording before the word existence was said.
Actually, we're almost at 3 minutes.
Fine, then we didn't make it 3 minutes. There you go.
But technically the audio recording, so it was over 3 minutes.
Oh my lord. But we did make it 5 minutes. But before, you know, it's not even worth it anymore.
Is it ever?
Good.
Not really.
No.
Resistance is futile.
Alright then.
Alrighty.
Based on the fact that Brandon didn't get that reference, I guess he didn't watch Charlie Brown.
I haven't yet, and I don't like it. Because,
What do you mean you
Yeah.
haven't yet? There's no way to watch it anymore.
wait, there isn't?
No, today was the last day.
Actually, tickets close in literally 5 minutes.
Yeah, but they take it offline at 10.
Well,
Brandon,
that's unfortunate.
you disappoint me.
I disappointed myself. I thought I had tomorrow to watch it.
Bro, we never do shows on Sunday. You should know that. You're in the theater.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize today was Saturday.
Oh, that
Since
happened.
Friday was a teacher work day.
That does
Actually, it
happen.
was. It was just an asynchronous day.
Well, it
I
was,
mean, essentially same thing, but
it was essentially, yeah. This week
Yeah.
just screwed up my entire, like, thinking of things, and now I'm upset in
so
various ways.
I've successfully managed to actually record Path of Radiance 2 days in a row because I have a bad tendency to neglect Path of Radiance recordings until I start running out of ones in my backlog. But 2 days in a row. I've recorded it 2 days in a row. I'm not taking anybody else out of the castle yet, just because I want to see what happens. Why doesn't he have Tearfing equipped?
He probably just doesn't want to.
No wonder he isn't doing so hot. Your head's going for you bounty, you know. You hurt feelings, but Roberto killed Selith!
Well, that's unfortunate.
I'm so
given
glad I
he's
gotta
the
say
main
that. His name
character.
actually is Roberto, right? Because if it is, I love that sentence. I love everything about that sentence.
Like, even the Seliph died part?
Roberto killed Selith! What is there not to love about this sentence? Roberto killed Selith! I don't know about you, but that sounds like a glorious sentence to me.
But Seliph is the main character, meaning that his
I
death
don't
is
give a
very sad.
baloney. That was funny.
Buddy, if he dies, you lose.
Alex doesn't care about Seliph confirmed. Not his
Well,
favorite
as
character.
long as this man is alive. Even though Selith is still technically my favorite character.
Yeah, nice save.
I think you like Roberto more.
No, I don't.
Really? And why were you celebrating it, Selif's death?
Because it
hand of
was
Roberto.
funny.
This is a scandal.
It was funny being able to say Roberto killed Selith. It's just a funny sentence.
But it's very sad. And you don't even
No,
care.
it isn't. It's funny. Because it's of all people to kill Selith, it was Roberto.
This is sad.
You wanna know what is sad?
You.
The fact that this is the last chapter in this amazing game.
Yeah.
Minorly disappointing.
You know what else is minorly disappointing?
Myself for not watching Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Is that actually what you were gonna say?
I mean, that's not why I was gonna say it, but I was gonna say you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just in general,
Yeah.
man.
Just the entirety
You
of
killed
Brandon.
him, man! You killed him! Good. Roberto almost did it again! Roberto, I
powerful.
no longer like you.
Oh, that means you did like him at one point.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I mean,
truth is coming
his
out.
name is Roberto, though, so...
This story
How could
is
I
being
not
pieced
like
together.
him?
There's so many reasons not to like that guy. Starting with the fact that he killed Seliph. But then again, you just laughed at it, so... guess it doesn't really matter to you. Oh, okay. He's laughing so hard that Zoom cut it out.
Zoom can't handle.
Zoom can't handle the fact that Roberto killed Seliph. It's fine.
Okay, so what are the combos that we have? Obviously, Arthur Teeny is one of them. Arthur to Teeny, Patty to Lester. Okay. Again, I'm going to keep everybody in here just a little bit longer. Because there's no reason to get them out yet. I will apologize for like the 20th time in this Let's Play, guys, but sorry for holding down the backspace. I don't want to have to do like... If I didn't fast forward, this series would be over like 50 episodes long, honestly, though. So, you know, be
I think it's
thankful.
fair. I think it's fair. I think...
As much as I love this game, ever since I learned about fast forward on emulators, I will never be able to play without fast forward ever again. Because it's a 25-year-old game, so obviously it's not as snappy or as fast as a modern game. And that's just to be
Snappy's a
expected.
nice word.
It is. It actually, normally I like facepalm whenever you say that sentence, but I agree, snappy's a pretty snappy word.
I no longer like that word.
Snappy's a pretty snazzy word. That sounds cooler.
I hate it even more now.
And I hate you even more now.
Oh,
Yeah, sounds about right.
Except I don't. You're a good friend, so.
Yeah, that's
legal reasons.
incorrect. For legal reasons, you're a good friend.
No, no. I want to end this series off on a wholesome note.
For legal reasons.
Brandon, go eat a turtle.
I actually have a turtle, but I don't want to
I
eat
know.
him. He's
well,
pretty
isn't
cool.
it technically your sister's?
No, my sister has the ferrets.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought it was the other way around. Go eat the
No.
ferret.
What?
Okay, Josh.
They're pretty cool though.
Talk to
I don't
yourself,
really want to eat
Josh.
them.
Okie dokie.
Here you go, Lester.
Oh, Patty. I'm glad to see you. Sorry about to starve to death.
Oh my
sandwich
goodness, is there going to be a
conversation.
sandwich conversation with Lester?
Heck yeah.
I know this.
I don't think
I
it's
know you might
sandwich.
be. So I packed you a second and third helping. Well, how is it?
Fantastic. Oh, it's fantastic. You're the best cook I've ever met, Patty. But I am.
But it's not as horribly funny as the sandwich conversation, though.
Yeah.
Because the
He's
sandwich
got a nice
There
dinner.
there are 3 conversations that I'm gonna show next video, YouTube. One of them is, I mentioned it last episode. But the first one I'm gonna show is a Selith said conversation that happens in chapter 8 if Lelin is Sed's father. That goes to Lelin and Sed talking. And also in chapter 10 there is one between Fee and Lelin, if Lelin's Fee's dad, where Lelin kind of yells at her. And then I'll also show you the sandwich conversation.
Yes.
I hate the sandwich conversation, but
I kind of
it
want a
is such a
sandwich.
core part of this game. Like,
It
I
is.
can't
You
believe.
can't play this game without it. It's
I
impossible.
know. I'm so sad that we're not going to get it because we got incest instead. I'd much rather sandwich than incest. Not
I
gonna
mean-
lie, I'm still so mad about that.
I think that's a good message for the story. Sandwiches are better than incest.
That's just a good message for life, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's kill
Alabama,
boys.
take note.
Alabama
Must
take
not
notes.
waste my skills in such feeble fails. Oh, so Josh, you know Nasala and Path of Radiance? He's the guy I'm trying to do an Oify voice on.
Oh. Uh-oh.
No one can do the Oify voice.
As
It's
good as
only
you.
Oify.
Solid voice.
I love the Oify
I
voice.
can't do the Oify voice very well, unfortunately.
What's the
Just-
voice sound like?
It's basically, I made the Oify voice when he was still a 14-year-old kid that didn't hit puberty, and I made him sound like an 80s villain in a
90s.
blockbuster movie, 90s villain in a blockbuster movie.
This is it, Teeny.
Love
We're
it.
getting awfully close to freeze.
Me too.
Mother's old home.
Alex used to hate it, but he eventually warmed up to it.
You're the one reading, Brandon. You're Teeny.
Oh, my bad. But I have a bad feeling about this.
Yes,
Not gonna mention that Star Wars reference.
yes, Master.
How about you?
Yes, I suppose. I've had nothing but hatred for Frege ever since they took you and Mother. All I've ever wanted is to crush them all for all they've done.
But what about Uncle Bloom? Ishtar and Ishtor? Those aren't similar names. Haven't I told you about them before? They were all decent people. At the very least, they were always nice to Mother and I.
Alright. It was Hilda who drove Mother to her death, wasn't it?
It was. Even after all this time, I still hate her so much. All I want is to be the one to put an end to her myself.
You know what? I might try to have Teeny do it, but I don't know if she would survive. But I'll try.
I think you should go for it, yeah.
I will try. I will have Arthur there anyways. Maybe I'll put them next to each other for sibling bonuses. Don't worry, Teeny. As long as I live, you won't have to deal with anything like that ever again. I'll protect you no matter what.
That sounds like foreshadowing.
It actually isn't, though.
Really?
No, this game actually has a super happy ending for the most part.
Yo, they missed some solid chances there.
I know.
The ending in one
Generation
way.
3.
There actually was a plan. Kaga 1 in a Generation 3 that took place 100 years later with Ira, Azael, Lex, and someone else I can't remember. Lachesis, because they were actually turned into stone and hidden beneath the Yi Desert. And originally Kaga wanted them to actually awake. And
So
actually,
would that mean that they would have to kill off Generation 2 then?
no, it would take place 100 years later, though. It would take place so
Oh.
far in the future.
So you could have 2 happy endings.
Yep.
Or
That
one
being said,
sad,
I will
2
say
happy.
this happy ending is a little bittersweet because obviously I kind of touched upon it a little bit in the last video, but the real Julius is dead. In the manga, when Julius is defeated, he actually briefly returns to his old form before he actually dies. He actually returns to real Julius before he dies. Doesn't happen in the game, and honestly, in a remake, I'd only want that if it's a cutscene. If it's not a cutscene, don't bother. But if it's a cutscene, yeah. That could be it could be a great cutscene if well done. Cool. I just wanted to heal Selith before I yeeted him in. Before I yoinked him in. This chapter is honestly one of the easiest ones. I will literally mostly only be using Selith and Arthur.
I love that whole sentence.
Literally, almost.
Literally, mostly only.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know me and my sometimes inability to syntax.
Nothing grammatically correct about that statement at all.
He needs grammar.
Not me, I mean, literally, I suck at grammar, which is a bad thing. I love to write, but I'm not good at grammar. So,
It's alright.
I really need editors whenever I write.
Oh, speaking of
I
which,
say to
probably...
2 of my 3 editors,
Uh-huh. You should probably hop on the...
foolish mortals, not but prey to the darkness. So if you're wondering, I'm assuming you've seen the Batman radio show. Josh is the primary editor, Cole is the secondary editor, then my co-creator, Ethan. Well, I physically write it. He and I came up with the story, and he helps edit it. So while I physically wrote it, Ethan is like the next big story guy. Josh also has a good hand in the story, which is why he gets that credit.
Oh, nice. I don't remember contributing anything to the story.
Julius, I beg your pardon. It was mostly episode 3.
Josh, shush. You're getting credit.
I'll take the credit, you know what?
You helped. What you did is you didn't give any direct ideas, but you helped me and Ethan refine the ideas a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So technically, you deserve a story credit.
Alright.
Father
I'll take
Claude
it.
would be happy to know his homeland is finally free. Father Claude gave his life for my father's cause. His children. I hate to say it, but it looks like the Edda's family died out completely. Selith, the people here are counting on you to look after them from now on. That's because I didn't pair Claude. So, now Selith is gonna go this way. And Selith's gonna face enemies so pathetic they're scared to attack him and they actually won't attack him. Oh, why is Altana all the way over here? I need to get her over here! It's funny, Altana's only ever a good unit when I don't use her. Whenever I try to use her, she always gets horrible level ups. But then when I don't use her, she's actually good, because she's actually good again. This is the second time in a row she's actually been good. But this is also the second time in a row I've never used her. You want to voice Brian? Somebody?
Josh, go for it.
Okay.
Or Cole, if Cole wants to.
Josh can do it.
Oh, alright.
Something really stupid, please.
Oh, okay.
It's time. Fisher, your unit will move in on it at once. I'll lead the assault on Champion personally. Against the full force of those legendary Axe Knights, the Grand Raider, the rebels stand no chance. They'll drop like leaves.
He
That
was
was-
my lord?
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, those guys are so pathetic, they're gonna be scared to attack Selith. Even the boss is gonna be, the commander's using. Oh yeah, also look at Leaf's HP.
We can't. It's not
I
on
know.
there. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Alex. Really cool.
And Ares.
Oh my lord. Aha! Aha! Aha!
I know it's not funny, but
No, you don't.
no, it isn't funny. But sometimes it's fun just to be so stupid. Sometimes being so brain dead is fun.
But some people are stuck like that. Like you've met me.
I thought you were gonna say Brandon for a second, but you didn't.
I
I'm
was gonna
kind
say. I was gonna say Cole just called me out.
Yeah, but then he actually didn't.
I was gonna say Brandon, and then I decided to be nice. It was the weirdest decision of the day.
Well, much appreciated.
So that guy, he has a holy weapon. He has Hellswath. That doesn't make him good.
Does it make him bad?
No, he just doesn't. He's just bad to begin with.
Oh, okay then. So it just cancels out his
It
badness.
just makes him not 100% pathetic. Only 80% of pathetic.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So that's more like Brandon.
Yeah. Except I don't have a holy weapon, so I'm still at the 100% pathetic.
Huh.
No, you're
Alright,
only 90.
Oh,
Actually, no,
nice.
he's more pathetic than you are. The fact that he's still pathetic with a holy weapon makes him more pathetic than you, any day. You may
What?
not have a holy weapon, but you're less pathetic than him, Brandon.
How pathetic do we think Brandon would be with a whole
Thank you.
Brandon's not that pathetic. He's a good person.
That's true.
That doesn't mean that I'm not pathetic, though. That just means
You're
I have
not,
one
it
good.
just means you're
It
in
means
some
I
ways
have-
you're pathetic, but in others you're not. As a person, you are not
means-
pathetic, because you are a good person.
That's
You
questionable.
may not be good at math, but that's about it.
I'm good at math. I'm just horrible at
Says the
physics.
person that was forced to drop out of honors algebra 2.
Okay, I did not take either of the prerequisites that you almost
I
have
know,
to
I
take to get
know.
into that class.
Josh Reed.
So, what I'm
Oh.
trying to say here is that you can go bite the corner of your desk and then swallow graphite because then you won't get lead poisoning.
There, I bit the table. Where's the
Uh-oh.
graphite?
I'm gonna change his voice. How dare you murder my father?
Oh, wait, what did he say to do with graphite, Brandon?
Swallow a piece.
One pain, wrath,
No, thank
3
you.
generations of house
I was
dogs.
gonna say, yeah, don't do that.
I bet the table, and that was enough.
And then he died.
Whoa, man!
And then he died.
And then he died.
He did a
Also
lot of
for
damage
Ryan,
on Arthur,
but
then
I
he
guess
just
Alex
got
too.
yeeted.
Even with Elves' wrath, I fell so easily. Could it be? Could I have been wrong all along?
What happened there is Arthur got a wrath trigger because he had low enough health, that wrath trigger, so he was guaranteed a critical. So in other words, yikes.
Big yike?
And also in
Big
other
yikes.
words, I'm gonna quickly go send Leaf and Arthur back to the home castle just to repair their items. Because they didn't realize how low they got. Yeah, it's a shame that Dermot becomes good now when the game's practically over. But
Oh.
he is good. Dermot is great when he's promoted, so if you can get him promoted early, you're in good shape. But unfortunately, if you don't get him promoted early, he kind of loses a lot of his worth. Okay, Brandon.
Hear me, brave heirs to the Crusaders. In your hands lies the task of proving this war to be a holy war of its
Wait
own.
a second, I'm curious.
I think I know what you're
I'm
curious
curious. I'm curious now.
What are you curious about?
If genealogy in the Holy War is different, or is related to just the
I
Holy
want to
War.
see if it's the same villager.
Oh?
Is this the beginning of the game? It is.
I
That's
want to see if it's
Sigurd.
the same villager.
There's no way. The dude was old and this.
No, I want to see if it's a younger
art.
sprite. I want to see if it's a younger sprite and assume it's the same guy.
There's no way. There's actually no way.
Can Azel kill him so I don't have to do Sigurd? Have Sigurd do it? And now Sigurd's guaranteed to kill him. Okay. Yes, it is!
Oh.
How can you
It's
tell?
supposed to be the same guy!
How can
You
you
sure?
tell?
Just look at the general. They use the same head shape.
Did they?
It's
I
a
don't think
different
so.
angle. Look at the shadow on his face. He has more wrinkles by the cheeks, but the angle, his nose is angled down. Here it's angled up. But clearly, either way, it's a long nose. It's the
Hold
same
on.
guy.
I mean, it sounds like a bit of a stretch, but okay.
No, I think it's the same guy.
Well, I'm aware you think it is.
Okay, you can keep reading now, Brandon.
Yeah, okay. If wisdom, courage, and power be your allies, summon them now and give all you have, should you wish to prevail this day. Trust in yourselves to bring forth our destiny, one born where the two trails of late meet.
So, Alex, if you didn't save that village, would he still show up?
Remember, it's been like over 20 years though in game.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think there's a forest here now? You see this forest? There's not a forest here. But
In a
now there
forest,
is.
bro, like that, and
I guess. Because that is technically the same. These are the same villages. This is the same church that I put Lex in chapter prologue.
I don't know.
So I think it's the same guy.
You're entitled to your own opinion, even if it's wrong.
Especially if it's wrong.
Brandon, why are you
Indeed.
talking? You're the one who's always wrong.
That's a fair point, honestly.
Yeah, that's why I made it. You're proving my point further. That was a sigh. I do not approve. Go eat some eggs.
Eggs are good.
Honestly, that doesn't sound half
So
bad.
I
right now.
finally watched the first Hobbit movie today because I read the book.
Oh?
They added
Oh, don't
so
spoil anything.
They
I have
added
not
so
read the book
much
or
that
seen
wasn't
the
in the
movies.
book. Because I haven't read or watched The Lord of the Rings. So there's a lot of Lord of the Rings exposition in The Hobbit, but it doesn't make sense to me because I haven't read or seen them. So it's just like, this is a waste of time. I want to get to the actual Hobbit part of it, not the Lord of the Rings part
That's
of
the
it.
thing. That's the thing, Alex. It's not even really related to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but
Oh, I
there-
thought it was.
It's just
But there's-
made up.
but there's a lot of Lord of the Rings origin stuff in it, which is irritating. It's like,
Really?
Frodo Baggins appears in it.
Dude,
Okay,
Frodo
so
Baggins
just-
is in The Hobbit.
No, it's Bilbo.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But
Just
you-
ignore my don't spoil anything thing. That's fine.
I'm not spoiling the actual stuff that matters. I'm not spoiling what's in the book. And there's just a ton of characters that are in the Lord of the Rings that aren't in the Hobbit that are in the movie. And it's just like, what's the point of making... They could have easily, if they cut all that out, they probably could have easily made it one film.
Yeah.
One amazing film.
I mean, there's quite a bit of Silmarillion references as well.
Because, yes, that too, and that actually is appreciated because that was written after The Hobbit, unlike Lord of the Rings, which was written before.
The Silmarillion is god tier book.
I haven't read it, but that I actually don't mind just because it didn't exist when The Hobbit was written, so its exposition.
Well, it did exist.
Makes
It
sense.
just hadn't been released yet.
It was originally meant to be the
Chronologically-
sequel. It was
Yeah, it was.
it's in The Hobbit.
Well, no, not. It's a prequel because it's based literally 2,000 years beforehand.
Sorry, no, but it was originally meant to be the sequel book from a release date.
Yeah, but it was written after Children of Hurin, which was the first
Yeah.
book he ever wrote.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
No, yeah, because he started really working on it after The Hobbit's success, and the guy
Yeah.
said, hey, work on it more. And then but then they're like, no, this isn't what we wanted. So then he wrote Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I want to read all of them still though. So.
Dude, History of Middle Earth, almost got it. I've almost got the whole series.
Nice.
I'm not a nerd at all.
But here's my thing in The Hobbit, because I mean I've only watched the first movie. Soundtrack's amazing, acting is amazing, and the visuals are amazing. It should have been one film.
Yeah. It's just the plot. That's all that's wrong with it.
Oh, as to the courageous, hear my ode to the crusaders of old.
No.
Okay,
Rejected.
No.
Now,
not the first time. Oh, and I just
obliterated.
didn't get to read that part. That's okay. Only very upset. It's fine.
I've been doing sneaky save states when I do stuff like that.
All right, cool. Oh, Black Knight Hazul, mistletoe the demonic in hand, smite the devil. Oh!
Is he gonna do this to all 12?
Possibly. I'll think about it.
Faster, please.
O sword, Saint Odo, Belmong the divine in hand, repel the blight. O holy knight Baldur, Tyrfing in the sacred in hand, shine a light. And at last, O Saint Heem, Book of Naga in hand, pray to the heavens above.
Oh, he skipped a bunch.
Prayer begets light, light begets the white dragon, foe of the shadow dragon. Black and white, light and dark, an eternal struggle. Shall our prayers yield victory, or shall it be death?
Death.
And yet have no fear, for our battle is beginning, and defeat is never the end. The flame of light we seek is eternal, undying, never lost. And in all who follow us, I shall believe. And in all who bear the light, I shall believe. Not bad, isn't it? I came up with all that on the spot. I didn't prepare a speech or anything. That was
Did he know?
off my head, man.
Did he know that Selith Lucina as a descendant of? Yeah, Lucina is a descendant of Selith.
I did not know.
Very,
might have known, I
very,
forgot.
very indirect as it's, of course, thousands of years. Because this game takes place a couple thousand years before Arcanea. Marth is also related to Selith. Again, kind of far apart, but yeah. And then, of course, Lucina is also a descendant of Marth. So, therefore, she's a descendant of Selith. In fact, actually, they have the Brandon Naga. The Brandon Naga comes from Naga Holy Blood. Because all of the Elysian royals, not Crom's sister, not Lissa, but Crom and Lucina both have the Brandon Naga, which comes from Naga Holy Blood. So they're descendants of Deirdre.
Oh.
Or Julia. But I'd rather say Deirdre because I already mentioned Selith and I don't want to imply things.
Oh.
Oh, what are we implying?
Uh.
I'd like to know.
Foolish mortals, not my prey to the darkness! Oh, you should know, Cole.
They were siblings.
Yeah!
I guess
Yeah,
my
Lord Julius, I
favorite-
beg your pardon.
my favorite type of implication.
Uh.
I don't like what that implied.
Cole, you want to tell us something, buddy?
No. Not in particular.
For legal reasons, this is a
Okay.
joke. Actually, it doesn't need to be for legal reasons. It's actually not illegal in the US. For societal reasons, it is a joke.
Yeah.
For societal reasons, yes.
Mhm.
For moral reasons, it's a joke.
For moral reasons.
For a ton of reasons, it is a joke.
And it is a joke, genuinely.
Don't at me.
Don't at me, this is a joke.
Just like my life. Ha ha ha.
Oh.
Well, someone had to say it, but it was you.
I thought it was gonna be Brandon, but when Brandon didn't say it, I decided to take the role.
I mean, I was
Why is
tempted
Otena
to,
up
but
here?
eh.
No. You don't get reinforcements. You don't get reinforcements. You get to die. Damn you all. Woo-hoo-hoo. Damn you all. Your heads are mine to cleave right off.
I have a lot of questions.
Don't ask
Understandable.
any of them. Don't ask any of them. They'll just get scared.
What? Haha. Haha. You think you can survive? How can this be? Yuck!
Thank you, Goofy.
You're welcome. Gorsh.
It's okay. No. You don't need to do that.
Yes, it is. It's required by law.
It is. It is.
Is it real? I don't
It
feel
is!
like it is. Oh,
It is!
Yeah. Definitely.
It is.
oh, that was. No, you know what? That's it. Just that was.
That was.
I
It
sounded like
certainly-
Charlotte before we killed him. I mean, obviously I haven't uploaded the video yet, but I imagine there's gonna be a lot of people angry that I just recruited a character just to purposely kill him off.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it's Charlotte, so who cares?
It's morally
Yeah.
acceptable.
What a bloody disgrace. How could a pack of idiots like House Dolzel be of Crusader heritage? If it weren't for Langbolt, the world wouldn't be in such a mess. Lelin, I cannot wait much longer. Just where did the Crusaders' power come from? What in the world are these gods? I can't say for sure, but whatever they were, they realized that our land's misery was caused by the power of Dragonkin. And so they came to Yggdrasil from some other world to save the human race. It was they who suddenly appeared at Darna, just as its doom seemed certain. That would be the legendary descent of Naga and the 11 gods found in scripture, right? Yes? Yeah. They say the gods took human shapes. Naga, the light god, appeared as a little girl, while the fire god, Salamand, was an old man. With the 12 chosen warriors, the gods bonded themselves in a blood covenant. A blood covenant? Basically, the gods drew their own blood with a scratch to the fingertip and presented it to the warriors. I beg your pardon? Long story short, they were dragons. The gods we know only from scripture, they were all of the dragonkin, just like Lopter. With a single taste of the blood of dragons, these once humble warriors of the Liberation Army were reborn as the 12 Crusaders. Each dragon presented to their crusader a weapon steeped in their own power. And then, with some final parting words of wisdom to the crusaders, the dragonkin departed Yggdrasil. I see. So our power is, in truth, that of the dragons? Now, Lopter himself is actually a dragon clan whose fell power is amongst the mightiest of all the dragonkin. The great dragon Naga, strongest of them all, bestowed their own blood upon the leader of the Liberation Army, the priest Time. Naga only knew their power could possibly hope to stand against that of Lopter. So nobody else among the dragonkin would be able to prevail against Lopter? It certainly wouldn't be easy, I think. Even if you had every last dragon fighting together, they'd still need Naga's power. This, of course, means that if we're to win today, we'll need a surviving heir to St. Heim. In other words, one of their just 3 children. Of those 3, you didn't inherit the full breadth of Naga's blood. And it's pretty obvious that Julius didn't. Actually, I only recently learned who it is. The inheritor of Naga's power is Julius's twin sister, Princess Julia. Excuse me? Obviously, I kind of spoiled the fact that Julia and Selith were siblings in Chapter 6. Because if you actually use the resources that the game provides you, it's obvious! Because you can literally see the Holy Bloods. Deirdre had Major Naga Holy Blood, so does Julia, and the game tells you how all that works, so it had to be, so, I don't know. And she also has Boulder Blood as well, so. These people are slow. Yeah. That was more or less my reaction to it first. Julia is Julius's twin sister, which also makes her your sister, Seleth. So, all this time, Julia was my sister? I guess now we know why Manfroy took her to begin with. Needless to say, Seleth, we've got to rescue her no matter what. We absolutely need Julia's powers if we want any hope of stopping Julius. So, that dragon stuff is probably pretty confusing.
Yeah.
Yes, no, it confuses me. But I do have the general gist of it. And that, yeah, so Earth Dragons. Lopter is an Earth Dragon. That probably doesn't mean much to you.
No, it
Not a
doesn't.
lot.
And that is something that'll happen when we eventually play the remake of Fire Emblem 1, when we play Fire Emblem 11. That is something that'll actually begin to matter. So essentially, after living a long time, Naga and the other Divine Dragons realize, oh hell, if we stay in dragon form, we begin to go insane. We need to go in human form. Then the Earth Dragons are like, screw you, and didn't.
And went insane.
Yeah, that is one of the reasons why Lopter is evil. He didn't go to human form.
Huh.
Man, if I got to choose between dragon and human, I'd stay dragon too.
But it means you lose your mind. Those fallen to those rebels? What the hell were my men doing out there?
Alright, hear me out.
Why did I expect ever any better? Worthless cowards. The lot of them. It's time I took this into my own hands.
Alright, hear me out.
No.
Do any of us actually have minds worth losing?
Can't say that I do.
All of us. All of us do.
I mean, I definitely don't, and Josh
I
apparently
disagree.
doesn't.
All I need is to lure these flies into my web. Then I can crush them once and for all. God. Send Scorpius of Nimby a messenger. Pass on to him this plan. The Galban Ritter will coax the rebels our way, leaving them wide open to indulge of the Bane Returners' arrows from behind. They'll have nowhere to run or hide. Kill them all, like Dimitri. No survivors this time. Taste my bolt sword.
Oh my lord. Why?
Because taste my bolt sword.
That's not a
That's
reason.
why.
Fantastic reason, Brandon.
I
Like
agree
this.
with him.
Of course you do. I am depressed.
Is this supposed to be new information or?
So, once you have units get to
Fair
about
enough.
here, once you get units up high enough, you will have archers come from here. So let me quickly trigger it. That's why I put these 3 here. See, the more I play this game, the more and more I love this map theme, as I love how similar it is to the Prologue's map theme. We've come quite a long way, haven't we, Shannon?
My Sean?
Yeah, I'm prepared to exit out if this conversation becomes too incesty.
No. We gotta push through it.
No.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
want
no, we
to.
do.
I don't
No,
want
but the rest
to.
of us do.
I don't want to.
This is
Brandon.
entertaining for the rest of us.
Alright, don't worry, Alex. If it gets incesty, I'll just use this creepy voice. I got you.
Oh no!
That
Yes,
makes it worse.
I guess we have.
Don't do that voice, please. It'll just take too long. I can't stop thinking about everyone back in Isaac. I hope they're all right.
Homesick. Are we, Larcy?
I'm just gonna cry of just pure, anger. I'm gonna anger cry. I'm gonna cry of anger. What?
That's a whole
no,
new thing.
Not even close. What do you think I am? Some kind of child?
Maybe. You got quite a convincing child act going there.
Oh my!
Is this incest or
Shannon!
something worse than that?
For legal reasons, that's a joke. That terrifying glare you've got on there hardly benefits a face as beautiful as yours.
Is anyone else's entire body just entering panic mode?
Yes, it is.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Shannon. Oh, thank goodness it's over. Oh.
How's that? How's that, everyone?
That
Y'all
was
feeling
good.
Yeah.
That was well done, sir.
That is how we're gonna end this video. I'm gonna delete my channel now. See you
That's
next
it.
time.